The final confrontation is about to commence. Now all the chips are laid on the table. How will this arc end? Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm your host, Blackenfist, and this is my review of episode 63. Everyone is making their final preparations for the upcoming fight. It seems Vegeta's doing some last-minute training in the hyperbolic time chamber. In fact, he blows it up. This actually caused a question in my head. I mean, the hyperbolic time chamber is in another dimension, so obviously if he did like an explosive wave or something in the hyperbolic time chamber, it wouldn't have destroyed the building on the lookout, right? Because that's another dimension. So my question is, why did Vegeta walk out of the hyperbolic time chamber and then decide to blow everything up? Must be that explosive temper, man. Bulma, of course, is making some final preparations herself with the time machine, and Goku's doing some last-minute training for the Mafuba. Everything seems to be in order. Back in the future, Trunks was obviously injured from his last confrontation, but no worries, Yajirobe is there with some senzu beans. However, it seems that Mai has taken things into her own hands, because now she is going to go and try to kill Black on her own. How is she gonna do this? Well, with a god bullet. More specifically, a bullet that future Bulma left behind that is apparently extremely powerful, but if you know anything about Dragon Ball, it's that firearms are essentially useless in this universe. I mean, they've been useless since the beginning, ever since Bulma shot Goku straight in the head. And lo and behold, her bullet plan did not work. Who would have saw that coming? Of course, that left her an open target, but not to worry because Trunks was there to intervene. And man, do I have to say that Deus Ex Machina Super Saiyan has really paid off for Trunks, because this time around, he does take full advantage. If this was a one-on-one fight, it does seem that Trunks would probably have won this confrontation. He goes straight at both Zamasu and Black, but mostly focusing on Black. There's absolutely some great swordplay, and perhaps in tribute to his father, uses the Gala gun and puts every ounce of energy into that blast. So much so that he reduced Black to sketch. Now usually when a character in Dragon Ball is reduced to sketch, it means that they're dead, or that something seriously happened to them, but the fact that he could do that to him obviously means that Trunks really is a formidable force to be reckoned with now. Of course, Black is only one half of this terror, and there's of course the immortal Zamasu to contend with, and unfortunately, Trunks wasn't able to contest with the both of them at the same time. However, it was a nice effort, but luckily for him, Goku and Vegeta both show up, and this is where maybe a little planning ahead might have come into play, because Black quickly just shoots a blast at the time machine and sets it on fire. However, when I first saw this, instantly I knew that the time machine was not completely damaged beyond recognition, because obviously the time machine was only set on fire, and I knew instantly that, yeah, the time machine is going to be repaired, obviously by Bulma, and indeed, she brought an entire laboratory with her in capsule form, of course, to do just that. So I knew that the time machine wasn't completely damaged, because obviously it wasn't blown into billions of pieces, it was just set on fire. However, the effect of damaging the time machine still stands, because obviously, now Goku and Vegeta are stranded in this time period. They cannot just quickly bounce back like they have previously in the past. So, that puts the stakes. The stakes are, they are stuck here, and they have to fight to the finish. And I was ready to go all in. However, that was kind of ruined a little bit, because later on in the episode, Gowasu and the Supreme Kai show up, which honestly is an amazing entrance. However, in the back of my mind, this kind of ruined the whole you're trapped with your enemy type feel, because now there is a way out. Gowasu has a time ring, obviously allowing Goku and Vegeta, if they really needed to, a chance to escape. I'm not saying that that will happen, I'm just saying that that is an option, which just diminishes the atmosphere of this upcoming fight, but oh well. They do serve a good purpose, because Gowasu is there to obviously scold Zamasu, and obviously being confused on which one is the real Zamasu, since obviously one of the Zamasus looks exactly like Goku. One interesting piece of information is revealed, however, and that pertains to Wiese. Turns out Wiese is an angel. Now that's all we learn about him, but guys, this is really big because we don't know anything about Wiese. Ever since Wiese was introduced in Battle of Gods, we have known nothing. It has been almost part of his character to be so mysterious and not knowing much about him. So just knowing this little tidbit is one extra step into knowing the actual background of this character. They also tried to mangle an explanation for why Wiese doesn't appear in this future world. Remember guys, all the gods in the future timeline are dead. That would obviously include the Supreme Kaizen Gods of Destruction, but in order to explain Wiese's absence from this future timeline, it's explained that when the god dies, the angels cease functioning until a new god of destruction is there to replace them somehow. Now, I mean, take this explanation for what you will, but this just seems to be a convenient explanation for why Wiese is not interfering with Black or Zamasu's actions, because obviously if Wiese wanted to, he could probably stop Zamasu dead in his tracks, probably. There is the caveat that Zamasu, or one of them, is immortal, so maybe that would be a hindrance to Wiese. Who knows? Either way, Wiese would play an extreme obstacle to Zamasu's plans, but don't worry because he ceased functioning. Whatever that means. Convoluted explanations aside, it seems that Vegeta is aching to go against Black because obviously he wants a chance to be Goku in some form, right? And he'll take anything. However, Vegeta is quick to explain that Black really isn't Goku. He explains that he was in a similar situation before, as you remember. Ginyu stole Goku's body, and Vegeta did fight Ginyu in Goku's body in that situation, and it seems that history repeats itself because we find a villain in Goku's body and Vegeta is fighting said villain. Vegeta is quick to inform Black that you will never achieve the true potential of Goku because you aren't Goku, just the way Ginyu had a hard time hacking the hidden potential that Goku's body had, and honestly gives Black the second beatdown of this entire episode, which honestly, Black is getting his ass handed to him. That's the second time in this episode that this has happened to him. For a couple, 2 seconds maybe, I thought that Black was dead. I mean, that's how much he had him. I mean, Vegeta was tearing into him through the earth. I really thought that this was the end. I mean, that's the way the music was building it up to be. It just seemed like this is Vegeta's fatality. I mean, seriously. I mean, obviously, I figured, I mean, this is really not the way that they're going to end this. They can't end a character like Black in this fashion. It would be too quick, not climactic enough. And sure enough, it wasn't, because we are left off with the next episode, which, by the way, the next episode, I usually don't comment on next episode previews because that's just not my style, but I really have to comment on the fact that, yeah, it seems that fusion is going to be involved, and Zamasu and Black both fused to form this super god. What is this going to entail? I have no idea, but this most certainly means that Goku and Vegeta are going to fuse to stop this super god. On second thought, it means that fusion is going to be playing a part on the other side. Most likely it's Goku and Vegeta, but it could be a combination of Goku, Vegeta, Goku Trunks, or Goku or Vegeta Trunks, which I think is the least likely combination, to be honest. But anyway, guys, that has been my review for this episode. I thought this episode was pretty good, and it's a great headway into what seems to be the final climactic part of this whole battle. We had 2 fights in this episode, Trunks beating up on Black, and then later on Vegeta beating up on Black. Like father, like son, they say. Maybe they did that on purpose. Who knows? It was a great episode. It gave us a little bit more tidbits on Wiese, and honestly, the action was good. It was not some of the best, but it was good stuff. But I'm really awaiting to see what they're going to do next. But if you like this video, guys, please subscribe to this channel because I will be bringing you more videos like this one, as well as my other Dragon Ball segments. But until next time, guys, I'm Blackenfist, and I'll always be out, man.